award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And it's a beautiful day in Jackson, Tennessee on the campus of Jackson Christian School here at Murrell Hass Field. We're going to play a varsity baseball game now. Had a JV game before, and as the late, great Hall of Famer Ernie Banks would say, it is a great day to play too. You are watching this broadcast on the Jackson Christian Facebook, and this game is on the BallGame Blitz TV Sports Network, produced by Worthy Road Studios. And again, we will remind you it is on the Jackson Christian Facebook. Early start today, a 1 o'clock start. And you may need to remind a few of your friends and some of our parents that the game will be streamed on the Jackson Christian Facebook. Couple of reminders here. This is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2024. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz broadcast without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. I'm Coach Joe Holloway. We'll be bringing you this game along with our great staff and multiple shots here, and you don't have to pay for it because of our great sponsors. Some of the other teams besides Jackson Christian that are covered by Worthy Road Studios in high school are USJ, TCA, Peabody Football, Sacred Heart Basketball. Also, Union University, we broadcast all of their home games, including volleyball, soccer, basketball, softball, and baseball. Worthy Road Studios produces all of the Jackson Rockabilly baseball and Bethel football. Our games are archived, all games, including the high school, on Worthy Road Studios' YouTube channel. The executive producer for the BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios is Paul Schultze. Now, we're going to take a timeout, and you see our beautiful field, and when we come back from this timeout, we'll tell you more about this contest to be played today. We want you to hear from some people. Go by and tell them you appreciate them bringing you Jackson Christian baseball. Let's take that timeout.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat of my pants.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Back at beautiful Merle Hass Field here on the beautiful campus of Jackson Christian School. It'll be Riverside, who has 3 state championships to their credit, versus the Jackson Christian Eagle, who have 2 state championships in baseball to their credit. Both of these teams are very well known across the state for their excellent baseball play. Now, Riverside enters with a 4-7 record today. Don't let that deceive you. They are a very good team. They just beat Jackson Southside yesterday, 20-1 in a 5-inning contest. And, of course, you saw Wednesday on this network, the Jackson Christian Facebook Worthy Road Studios Network, which is archived on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page, the 10-6 victory, hard-fought victory by the Eagles over district rival Tipton Rosemark. And, of course, you see down on the field the meeting of the umpires and the coaches and stuff. And, of course, we kind of got a high sky today. It says it's partly cloudy and 70 degrees right now, but it's more sunny than it is cloudy. There's just a few cumulonimbus clouds, etc. like that. And we're going to have a great day for baseball. We'll be giving you starting lineups here in just a moment. And you can see them talking. And I tell you what we will do. Chris, let's take a quick 30-second timeout and see if we can get that in before the introduction of the starting lineups.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We are back again. An excellent picture. Look at the pictures this ground crew. You cannot get that with National Federation broadcast. 70 degrees here, as we told you earlier. And let's go over the lineups quickly for you. Matter of fact, we may wait, and I'll call them out as they call these young men out today. One notable absence from the Jackson Christian lineup, second baseman Reed Cooper not in the lineup today. And he may be out of town, not sure. Did not get as long as I normally do to talk to our head coach, Chase McLean. Of course, Eric Quinn, the head coach for the Riverside team. We're familiar with him. He spent some time at TCA, and he's been also down at Chester County, but he's at home with the Riverside crew. We had a great game a couple of years ago, these two teams down at Freed Hardeman. Excellent venue, and both teams really going after it. And you see good sportsmanship by both teams. And, of course, you saw Eli Quinn, who is kind of like a student coach for them. He's there. We'll be announcing starting lineups in just a moment. And now for the starting lineups, and you will see them come out. They'll announce Riverside first. And it looks like leading off and playing shortstop is the senior, number 1, Stone Wallace. Batting second, wearing number 10, a sophomore, Jace England. He's the designated hitter. You see 17 there. That's Aiden Casey, the senior center fielder. Number 5 is Camden Eason. He is a senior. And, of course, number 16, Connor Newberry, the junior catcher. Number 11, Cole Yarbrough, the third baseman. Cody Brashear is in left field, wearing number 3, hitting 7th, hitting 8th. Number 7, Peyton Kirk, the pitcher. And batting 9th, Connor Potts. He plays second base. He wears 18. And the designated player that will be playing first base is senior Jeb Graves, wearing 24. And now let's introduce the Jackson Christian Eagles. The pitcher today will be J.T. Mullins, the junior lefty. And Easton Jones, number 22. The DH is Carson Holt. And, of course, Zach Creasy playing third base. I'll give the batting order. These are just our players. Austin Kelly wears number 1. He's a junior, plays shortstop. Carson Holt is the DH, wearing 21. The catcher, a fine young sophomore, Eli Smith, wears 14. Of course, in right field today will be Jack Collins, wearing number 1. On second base, Brody Bennett wears 17. He's a freshman. And A.J. Hastings is in left field. And those are the starting participants, and we'll give you the correct batting order for Jackson Christian in just a moment. And we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for baseball. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
And we are back. Had a little bit of anthem problem. We got it played. The teams are ready to play. Riverside, of course, the visiting team. The left-hander J.T. Mullins is on the mound. He is a junior. Pretty good fastball. He has a breaking ball. And very quickly, not by position, but by order, leading off for Jackson Christian will be J.T. Mullins, Zach Creasy, and Easton Jones when they come up. But the batting order for Riverside, who will bat as the visitors first. And, of course, Stone Wallace, the fine senior shortstop, wears number 1. You see him taking some practice swings. Number 10, Jace England, who's the designated hitter and a very good one, and I believe Jace is a sophomore. He'll be hitting second, and then Aiden Creasy in the third spot, the center fielder. Aiden's a senior. And I want to thank Eric Quinn and his staff, Chase McLean and his staff for rosters, starting lineups, things like that. Of course, David Taylor and Alex Whitwell help Eric Quinn, and, of course, our coaching staff, a very good coaching staff. We'll give you that in just a moment, and you'll get to hear me say a couple of things here because people love to stand right in front, and I cannot see the hitter. And the first pitch is high and outside, but had good stuff on it. J.T. Mullins on the mound, Eli Smith the catcher. The hitter leading off is Stone Wallace, and the senior takes ball 2. And we will see here if we can get Game Changer going. That one looked good, just missed, though, and it's a 3-0 count to Stone Wallace, the right-handed hitting shortstop. Everybody playing pretty well straight away. Infield at normal depth, high sky, a few clouds up there. And walked him on 4 pitches. And walks and errors, the games that Jackson Christian has lost, has been a problem. And Riverside comes in here off of a 20-1 pasting of Southside yesterday. Daniel Green will hold him on. Jace England, a left-handed hitting designated hitter. He's in the back of the box. Let's see if the lefty will try to pick off Wallace. Not with a big lead. He has some speed and can run. He is running. And let's see, that may have hit the hitter, and it did. So you've got runners at first and second. Hit by pitch and a little trouble. Aiden Creasy in the 3 slot. The 3 slot's always a versatile hitter that can do a lot of things. He's a senior center fielder. Pitching out of the stretch, J.T. Mullins. Normally you see J.T. in the outfield. And there you are, stealing. And the Riverside team has picked up on something in the delivery. And stealing third is Stone Wallace. So they got a good jump off of him. And that's ball 1. So a walk hits batsman. And J.T. has thrown hard but would like to find the plate right now, just missing a little bit. Big lead at the cutout. Of course, now Green will sneak in behind the step back, which is legal. That's not a balk. There's always some fan out there. You probably didn't hear them, but I could. They holler balk on everything, and it's not. Good shot by our camera from center field. JT's going to first, and that's the one to say that's the I'll know you're there move. I didn't finish the infield. Brody Bennett's at second. Here's back. And this is just the straight toss over. Good move because you can stand there like that and throw one towards the first base. Austin Kelly, shortstop. Zach Creasy at third base. Zach off the line quite a bit. The hitter is Jace England, the DH. And, of course, we're going to have a lot of games and stuff played here. And what I mean by game step outs, taking time. Runner a little closer this time, 1st and 3rd with no outs. The batter asked for time. We are broadcasting from actually the Worthy Road Studios mobile press box. Here's the pitch. That one high. Good job by Eli coming out of the stop. And JT's a good pitch. He just needs to settle down a little bit. Doesn't get as much mound work as Kelly and, of course, Carter Ellis. He gets some, but they are going to pitch a lot of your district games when Carson Holt is healthy. He can throw, and he can bring it. Runner in scoring position, 1st and 3rd. No outs in the inning. 3rd hitter of the day up there. And that is Aiden, and I may have said Casey. That's Creasy. Swinging strike. And if I said Casey, my apologies. Aiden Creasy wearing 17, playing center field. He'll be followed by Camden Eason, the right fielder. Here are the infield stuff talking. Just missing inside. Runs the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. You can see there on the Worthy Road Studio scoreboard. There's Jones Chevrolet Dynamics and Custom Pools right there with them. The throw to first. Runner back, and again trying to hold him close. It looks like Jackson Christian's at double play depth. They'll be willing to give up the run for the out. And hopefully for 2 outs if they do hit a ground ball, the double play route. This one hit into right field. Jack Collins comes on. He'll load his gun. Let's see. They're sending the runner. The peg, and it is a good one. We drop the ball, and the run scores. Now, I am not sure about my scoring rule. That still probably should be ruled a sac fly. But a great peg by Jack Collins out there. We didn't handle the ball cleanly. There's 1 out, 1 run in. Runner still at first. And the hitter is number 5, Camden Eason, the right fielder. He's a senior. The pitch fouled off. That one was down on the handle part of the bat. JT Mullins ahead in the count this time. He's starting to find that strike zone and can be a very effective pitcher. Breaking ball for strike 2. Deceptive breaking ball. It's one of those that the hitter says, man, that one's not going to be a strike, and boom, all of a sudden it drops down in there. Came across at shoulder level. Good job by Eli to block that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a runner at first, 1 out in the inning, 1 run in for Riverside. Mullins has thrown 12 pitches so far. JT checks the runner, comes to the plate. This one fouled off, it's going to get out of play. But I love it. Jack gave a real good effort to make sure it was out of play. And if you do pick up a dent or anything, David White Body Shop, one of our fine sponsors, will be more than happy to work with you on that. Oh, this one drilled left field. It's curving, going to get down. It gets by the left fielder because he was going to try to make a catch. 1 run streaking for the plate. And they hold him up, and a good job of getting the ball back in on what could have been a total disaster. Great effort to try to come up with it, but if you don't get it, it's going to roll all the way to the fence. We're going to score a double. We got runners on 2nd and 3rd. England is the runner on 3rd. And to the plate, number 16. That is Connor Newberry, the junior. Just missing. Newberry, the catcher. Kind of a balanced stance. Fouls this one off. His front foot about even with home plate. Off of it a little bit, both feet. That's the reason I call it balanced. Some people will have open stances, some closed stances, and this is a balanced approach. See those good camera shots. Study your hitters and your pitchers. Got it. That's a tough pitch to hit low and away and gets right on the black edge of the plate. Again, one out, runners at second and third. Third is in, Zach Creasy a little bit. Swinging strike. They'll have to throw him out at first. That's one of those strike him out, throw him out deals. And it is a strikeout for the pitcher on Newberry. It goes 2-3 in your scorebook. That's catcher to first for the second out of the inning. So runners at second and third with Cole Yarborough advancing up there, the third baseman. Yarborough out in front of the plate a little bit with his stance, but hands high. Now, a lot of hitters hit with those hands high. Watch and see how much and how quick he drops them to get them into the strike zone so he can get a good swing at the baseball. The 1-0 pitch on the ground. Will Kelly get there in time? He does. Gets the big hop and throws him out. So not much damage done. 6-3 on the put out there. That's shortstop to first for the third out. And one run on one hit. 2 runners left on base, and at the end of a half inning of play, Riverside leads Jackson Christian. Let's take a timeout.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
We are back for the bottom of the first with Riverside leading 1-0. As I told you earlier in the broadcast, both these teams have won multiple state championships and TSSAA play. J.T. Mullins, the pitcher, will lead it off with a chance to help himself. He'll be followed by number 24, Zach Creasy, the third baseman. By number 22, and hitting third is Easton Jones, the center fielder, and Carson Holt hits fourth, the designated hitter. You see the throw down real quickly, batting fifth, Austin Kelly, the shortstop. 6 is Daniel Green, the big first baseman. 7th is Eli Smith, the catcher. 8th is Jack Collins. 9th is Brody Bennett. A.J. Hastings playing in left field but not hitting today. J.T. Mullins, he wears number 7, leading it off. And there's one inside. Kirk pitching, Peyton Kirk. And there's 2 strikes, and Peyton has been well schooled, knows where to throw left-handed hitters. It's always a good spot to throw them. And we put the backwards K in there because we didn't swing, and the first out by strikeout is J.T. Mullins. Zach Creasy had a big day yesterday, or I want to say yesterday. It was actually Wednesday. He caused Mr. Wilson to have to give us a new baseball. One of his hits was a home run. Here's one high. A lot of juice on it, but his ball one high. The 1-0 pitch. I think it was think it was fouled off the batter, but they'll allow it. We'll see. Goes 1-3 for the second out. Kirk has only thrown 4 pitches and has 2 outs. The infield for Riverside. Graves is over at first. At second is Potts. And the hitter is Easton Jones, hitting in the third spot today. That pitch a little outside. Wallace is at short. And the third baseman, of course, Cole Yarbrough. That one outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Good job by Easton. Besides having a good eye, it gives your pitcher a little time as he led off to sit down, take a breather. This will make it 3-0. Jackson Christian would love to have a base runner with the heavy hitting Carson Holt coming up, and after him, Austin Kelly. Oh, they plunked him, and not intentional. Plunk is another word for hit batsman. So sometimes I have some old school descriptions of things. So a runner at first with 2 outs, and that brings up the cleanup man, Carson Holt. Very capable of reaching the shortest part of this ballpark is right field. Now there is an extended fence, I think, that's up about 15 feet high in part of that right field. The rest of the fence is about 5 feet high for out in right field, and then it gets taller in center field. And a swinging strike there on Carson Holt. We'll pick the ball up. Remember, runner at first, 2 outs. He'll be going with the ding, crack of the bat, whatever you want to call it. Ding with, or ping with the metal bats, crack of the bat with a wooden bat. Zach with a good lead. Now, I've been told the catcher, I've not seen him, has a good strong arm. Going for the downs, and if he makes contact, we'll be looking for that baseball. So the 2-strike pitch ready to come to Carson Holt. He digs in. Greasy takes his lead. Outfield shading Carson just lightly, and they make Zach dive back in. That was a little more than I know you're there move. And they had the same idea I did. I thought that Carson might be running on that pitch. He's not this time. Fouling off, hanging tough is Carson Holt. And let's see if they bring him a curveball and off-speed pitch right now. Riverside leads 1-0. They scored in the first on a sac fly. Thought for a moment we might have had a chance to get the runner at the plate. Matter of fact, he hesitated, but there was fun. There goes Creasy. The pitch is low, and he got such a good jump, there's no chance to throw out the runner at second base. So Zach Creasy with the stolen base. And I said Zach, I've been calling him back. Easton Jones, my apologies to you. That's Easton who got plunked. And that one is high. Runs the count to 3-2. And there was enough sun, and I've adjusted my scorebook that it's not shining on my scorebook where I can't see the names. Trying to do it from it's Easton Jones at second, and Easton is quicker than a hiccup. And it looks like they've got Carson Holt on a swinging strike 3. He wanted that one. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The score at the end of 1 inning of play. Riverside 1, Jackson Christian nothing. Let's take a timeout. Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
We are back here ready for the top of the second inning. Riverside will send Cody Brasher to the plate. Peyton Kirk and Connor Potts will be the three scheduled hitters. If needed, they'll return back to the top of the order. On the mound, J.T. Mullins started out a little tough at first with a walk and a hits batsman, but worked his way out of it. And the team behind him, only one run in that first inning. The lefty's first pitch, high and outside. For sure, a right-handed hitting left fielder. And I believe it is Brasher, not Brashear. I have had players that played for me that went the same way, and I believe this is Cody Brasher. You see the ball rolling in the dirt. Now, this is what got JT in trouble in the first inning. Now, the good move by Eli Smith to go out there and talk to his pitcher. 3-0 count. Everybody pretty well straight away. Jack Collins might be a step or two towards the line. Won't be much. Infield at normal depth. Not expecting a bunt. JT's ready with the 3-0 pitch. That is a strike. Even though the mechanics are the same, you have to get used to the speed that umpire gives the signal with, and that one's going to be low, and the first man of the inning is on with a walk. That's Brasher. Brings up Peyton Kirk, the pitcher, wears number 7. Kirk, a junior. Tough to get a lead sometimes like you want on the left. Almost had him, did get him. Let's see. They say he got him. Thought he might have been able to hook that foot in there, but a good job by Daniel Green at first base. So we'll put the signal there for the pickoff. First out, 1-3. Bases are now clear. You can go back full windup if you want to. That one kind of sails over, hits the backstop, and comes back towards Eli Smith. 1-ball count. Pitcher facing pitcher. Peyton Kirk, who's on the mound for Riverside and wears number 7, is facing his counterpart, J.T. Mullins, who also wears number 7. Release point just a hair high, and it sails high for ball 2. Beautiful day. It's now 71 degrees. Just missing for ball 3. Now that one was really close. Umpires got the best view of anybody. You get a pretty good view from our center field camera. Great shot there of the hitter and the catcher. The 3-0 pitch. And when he does it like that, you know it's a strike. You know the man, you can trust your star or car to the man that wears star. No, that's an old advertisement. But swinging strike 2, and Kirk was going for the downs on that one. Makes the count 3-2 with 1 out. Mullins peers towards the plate, comes in with it, misses just a little high, and you've got the second walk of the inning, but remember the pickoff. Let's see if they use a courtesy runner or if Kirk will run for himself. It looks like Kirk is going to run for himself. And that brings up Connor Potts, the second baseman, wears 18. He's a senior. And here comes Chase McLean. And he may just want to talk to him about release points and some things like that. Because after JT calmed down, threw a pretty good first inning after those early walks. These conversations are always interesting. Umpire will give him the appropriate time that he thinks, and then you see the umpire, he'll come into your picture maybe in just a moment. He's walking out there to say, gentlemen, we cannot talk any longer. It is time to play a little baseball. And what's always good is the coach breaks about the time the umpire steps into the dirt part of the plate. You got to catch that good action there. Kirk, after talking to his head coach, comes back to first base. And he's being reminded from across the diamond, there's one out. First base coach has reminded him also. They're not bunting, although I thought I saw a little arm movement. But first pitch is a ball. And this is Connor Potts, a right-handed hitting senior second baseman. They go to first, and they're making Kirk dive back in there. Now, that takes a little out of you. First time doesn't usually, but they keep throwing over there, and you can get tired. Coming to the plate, and it was a bunt attempt. I thought I saw a little flinch on that first pitch of the arm movement that sometimes will tip off that somebody's bunting. Let's see if they leave the bunt on. They play good, sound baseball, and they will bunt a runner into scoring position, but let's see if he tips this one off. He is bunting. That was more like a bunt for a hit. I think he was going to try to take it down the first baseline and make Daniel Green field it. Green has a pretty strong arm. I don't know if they've gotten the runner at second. You would have seen Austin Kelly covering on that one. Creasy at third. There's two strikes. And they're hitting away. That one in the dirt. Eli Smith, great job. Now, Kirk got a pretty good start down there that time. Wouldn't be surprised to see him check the runner. 2-2 the count, one out. Kirk the runner at first. Your infield is Green, Bennett, Kelly, and Creasy. And they do go to first. Your outfield is Collins in right, Jones in center, Hastings playing in left. Of course, your designated hitter is Holt. Here's the pitch. Nubbed on the ground. So slow he'll have to go to first with it. They get the out. 1-3. Potts is out, and the top of the order will come up. On with a walk in the first inning was Stone Wallace, the shortstop. He scored the only run of this game. And the runner is out. Wallace wears number 1. 2 outs in the inning, but a runner in scoring position at second base. Wind blowing in, but a little, but towards right field also. It's kind of across the field. We'll straighten out and blow completely in if you get a shot, and we do get some shots of our flag and stuff. And now the coach is going to ask about it bouncing up and hitting the batter. The next question then, if they say it hit the batter, was it in fair or foul territory? An interesting discussion. No Shakespeare here being quoted or anything. Now, I don't know if anybody is using any phrases from Tolstoy, the Russian poet or whatever he was. He was some kind of writer in Russia. But it is a nice, friendly discussion. When I say it like that they're using Shakespeare and stuff, that would be a nice discussion. The play is going to stand. Explanation accepted. Everybody is as happy as you can be. You always want to, and that's good coaching to question the call. Good umpiring the way it was explained. So we're here with 2 outs and the leadoff man for Riverside, Stone Wallace up there. Mullins would love to get his way out of this situation. He does have a runner in scoring position against him. And a little high. Always gives the hitter the advantage when they can get ahead in the count as the hitter. 1 ball, no strikes. Been 1 hit in the game. The 1-0 pitch as JT comes to the plate. Good stop by Smith, the catcher. 2-0 the count. Definitely a hitter's count. Let's see if they green light him. And I suspect they would, if he sees something he wants, that Coach Quinn would definitely say, Brother Wallace, you can swing at that one. And it's a strike. He took the stride, didn't like the looks of it, not because it was a ball. He wants the pitch he wants to hit. And when you're 2-0, now it's 2-1 with that runner on second. Outfield straight away. Step back, which is legal. You see the umpire, I like that. He signaled everything was proper. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Drilled to left field. It's a base hit. They're going to send the runner on because it was way close to the line, close enough. And 1 run in, diving in. Stone Wallace makes it with the head first slide. And he gets a double standing up, or sliding, I'm sorry. Boy, that was wrong to say standing up. And Kirk helps his own cause by scoring that run. 2-0. With Jace England coming up there, the DH. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Very strong young man. You got lefty against lefty in this case. Collins in right field has moved over a step. Maybe a step or 2 shading in center field. And you see the action driving the runner back. And Stone Wallace is a threat to steal. Now, he stole third back in the first inning. And that one right down Main Street for strike 1. Mullins unofficially, and I'll try to check it with the game changer, 42 pitches. England without an official bat because of its swinging foul tip. No balls, 2 strikes. You got a waste pitch. You still got to be careful. You want England to bite at it, but you don't want to, if he doesn't, you don't want to give something that Wallace could steal like he did in the first on. 0-2 pitch, high. Smith, good job coming up with it. 1-2. Series of signs flashed by the third base coach. Took a little off. Now we got to have somebody cover, and it's not going to be in time, and they're going to come home with it as there is an error over at first, and that will score the 3rd run. Green had gone too far away from the base to try to get back there. And I have not seen the official scoring, but I'm going to go ahead and score an error. And I think we do have an official scoring of an error and a runner at first. Any ball hit to the right field when you're pitching, you want to start towards first base because you never know when you're going to be called on to cover. Here's one drilled towards center field. Will it get down? And I think it did get down right in front. And, boy, you saw Easton Jones. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Almost got it, but almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and atomic bombs. Good effort by Easton Jones. Good hit there. 3rd hit of the game for Riverside, who leads 3-0. They're continuing what they did. They put a 9 spot early on Southside. Matter of fact, they had 2 innings of 9 runs. That pitch, a strike. The hitter, Camden Eason. Smith fakes the throw. It's ball 1. Wind blowing just enough that we get a little infield dust coming up this way every once in a while. I bet our cameras are so good they'll pick it up one of these times. Here's the pitch. Just missing outside. Tempting to go for as a hitter sometimes to try to take the right field, but it was outside the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Mullins ready to come to the plate. And boy, he threw that one by him, and that one had some juice on it. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. If we were at one of the minor league parks, a lot of those have those little balls, and they can they got the little bells, and they'd be ringing the bell for the deuces or wild. And it looks like the breaking ball may have hit him, and it did. So Eason on, second hits batsman. That loads the sacks and brings up Connor Newberry, the catcher, a junior, a very dangerous hitter, even though he struck out the last time. Comes Chase McLean, and we're going to have a new pitcher. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll come back and have the information on the new pitcher. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
We are back, and Chris, thanks to him, Jackson Christian wearing their white uniforms with just the outline of blue around it, and with Billy and Chris, it's number 6, Eli Terry, coming on. Eli has pitched some this week, and of course you see the base runners in a minute. You'll see them. You see our infield. That's Eli Terry on the mound, the right-hander. And, of course, the third base coach giving instructions to those runners. He inherits a bases-loaded situation. And this is Connor Newberry. Do not pay any attention to the scoreboard. It is not a 3-0 count, and that's not our fault. We actually have a picture of the scoreboard. Is the reason you've got a scoreboard, and they need to take the 3 balls off there. This is Newberry, the catcher. And that is a strike. And that was the number 1, the Von Ryan Express, whatever you want to call it, the fastball for a strike. Bases are jammed with 2 outs. You've got to play at any base. Outfield straight away. This one fouled off towards the right side, giving chase. And we'll see what they have done in the way of changes out in the outfield. According to what's on Game Changer, Collins is now in left, Mullins in right, and Easton Jones still in center. Your infield remains the same. Oh, just missing by maybe a millimicron. And it was a good call by the umpire, but it missed that closely to the plate. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Bases jammed. The curveball, did it get him? Yes. A strikeout. And that ends the inning, but there was some damage done in that inning. Riverside picked up 2 runs on 2 hits, and they left the sacks jammed. After an inning and a half play, Riverside 3, Jackson Christian nothing. Let's take that time out.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Beautiful day at Merle Hass Field here on the campus of Jackson Christian School. A lot of fans turning out for this 1 o'clock contest on a Good Friday. Everybody drive safely here on Easter weekend. We've got a 3-0 game. Riverside has taken advantage of a couple of mistakes on Jackson Christian's. The scoreboard only shows 1 error. You actually had a fielding or an error on an attempt for a run to score, which did score. If that had been handled, wow, it probably would. It would be a 2-0 game because of the error in the second inning. But can't blame it on any one play. And in the second inning, coming up, Austin Kelly, the fine shortstop, junior shortstop. He also is one of the very good pitchers, has a 6-0 victory over Tipton Rosemark. He'll be followed by Daniel Green, the big first baseman, who had a big hit against Tipton Rosemark late in the ball game that gave us the cushion we needed to hold on in a 10-6 victory. Then the night before, he lost one, and Tipton Rosemark's field about 380 feet worth of losing one. Here's Kirk's pitch. It's high. Kelly also, an outstanding quarterback, as many of you know, good student. Pretty good interview at the Hub City Deli show. Swinging strike. He wanted that one. He knew what he wanted to do. Just a little out of his reach. Just barely. So it evens the count at 1-1. No hits so far for the Eagles. The Panthers of Riverside have 3. And that one in the dirt. Both teams wear blue and gold. Jackson Christian's colors are blue and white, but always include the gold in it. Riverside is just blue and gold and has been for eons ever since they consolidated all the schools in Decatur County. 2-1 pitch on the way, and the umpire says a little low. Austin gives you a good look at his knees, which helps him sometimes on those low pitches. That one should be outside. And watching well, working for the walk, gets a runner, and that's what Jackson Christian needs right now is runners. Daniel Green gave a good look down at head coach Chase McLean a minute ago. You see the runner at first, Austin Kelly, being held on there by Jeb Graves, the senior first baseman. That one outside. Kelly is a threat to run. Second and short, talking to each other about who's got the coverage, and a good move. And that's one of those you don't have to pitch it out of stretch. You can be off to the side of the mound. You make the quick, sometimes jump turn throw to first base. And it looks like they've got 2-1 up there. I thought it was 2-0. Maybe I missed a pitch. had some people walk in front of me, and that's the only disadvantage we have. So here's the pitch to Green. It's outside. And we'll go with the 3-1 count that the scoreboard has this time. I was right a while ago. Now I think they are right. Here's the jump turn throw to first. Or the fake of it, because he was not on the pitching rubber.
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be like,
Now, if his foot was in contact with that rubber, it is a balk. And the umpires are going to have to talk about this one. I thought maybe his foot wasn't, and we don't have our replay equipment with us today. But if that foot was in contact with the rubber, it is a balk. Saw Todd Lumley and Chase both. Todd, the first base coach for the Eagles. I presume they're going to rule what I first thought, that there was no contact with the pitching rubber. Love that replay when we do have it, and we have it in football. And there's the walk, Daniel Green, and, that could be a good move for the Panthers, walking him, even though it puts runners at first and second with no outs. Eli Smith, who had a couple of hits the other day, up there right now. Eli is a sophomore, doing a good job catching. Had to replace an all-district receiver from last year. Of course, Green going to UTC in football. Now there's your strike, so it's 1-1 with 2 runners on. Riverside, for the most part, except for the first baseman at double play depth, he's up just to make sure that Smith doesn't bunt. Third baseman has crept in. Smith shows bunt. It's a dandy. And they called him out. I did not see the first base because I didn't check the monitor, and I forget sometimes. First base dugout's in the way of first base. That goes, though, as a sacrifice bunt. Not an official at bat. Runners are now at second, third. Got 2 runners in scoring position. Jack Collins comes up with 1 out. Left-handed hitting speedster. And Brody Bennett to follow him. And that one inside. Good call by the head coach and a good bunt by Eli Smith. The bunt was in order then. And even Riverside knew it, and he still did a good job. Popped up. Is it going to stay in play? Yes. It drifts back in. And Collins has fouled out. And there was a little lack of communication. And somebody's got to take charge. Usually the pitcher will tell you whether to back off or not in that situation. Pitcher probably needed to let the catcher take charge of that one. And he should have said catcher, or whatever you use for that. That brings up Brody Bennett, the freshman. I do not have a batting average on Brody. Usually you see Cooper Reed in this spot. Or Reed Cooper. Looking at my roster, and I forgot the names are reversed. Ball 1 high. Ball 2 high. Brody's a freshman. Hits right-handed. Swinging strike on the 2-0 pitch. Kirk, a good pitcher there. He's a junior, so you know he's got experience handling these situations. 2 runners in scoring position, but 2 outs. Pitch outside is 3-1. Sometimes with the 9th place hitter, the head coach will put the stop sign as far as swinging, or is it one of those caution situations, only hit it if you're sure, or swing at it if you're sure. He was swinging. And it's a 3-2 pitch. Runners won't be running with the pitch. Now they will with the crack or ping of the bat, since it's aluminum bats or metal bats. Still love my wooden bats, though. And he walked him, and the sacks are jammed. The late Desi Dean, as I said the other day, said, oh, those bases on balls. Here comes J.T. Mullins with a chance to get himself off the hook for this ball game. He was relieved by Eli Terry, and J.T. is out in right field. His first time up, he took a call, third strike. Here's the pitch, high. Good job by the catcher, Newberry. Of course, sometimes when it hits our backstop, there is a concrete base that it can hit down there and bounce back to you. He wanted to go around, but he held up, and that was a good job of holding up. Good call by the umpire. Would have been a tough pitch to hit. Sometimes that low inside one can tie a left-handed hitter up. 3-0 the count. Does the green light come on, or does the stop sign, and we're taking this one even if he throws you a lollipop up there? Stone Wallace does a smart thing for his team. He comes in, a couple of words. He says, hey, Kirk, we got you. You just throw it, make them hit it, we'll field it. So the bases are jammed, the 3-0 pitch in the dirt, and that will score a run. Coming in to score is Austin Kelly. And the coach comes out to talk to his pitcher. I don't think they'll make the change yet, but you never know. I got to move all my people around. Quick conversation. Umpire didn't even have to go out there. And J.T. Mullins has, by drawing the walk, helped his own cause. Zach Creasy up there. Zach was out 1-3 on one I thought had hit the batter in the batter's box, but the umpires who have a better view sometimes than I do, they said it didn't happen. Just like the same thing happened to a Riverside player. 1-ball pitch coming. It's high. And it looked like then Kirk wanted to throw the breaking ball, and it was spinning a little bit, but you got to watch also whether it's a 2 or 4-seam fastball. 2-0 pitch. And it's 3-0. Peyton Kirk would love to throw a strike right here. The only question is, does Creasy have the green light? The 3-0 pitch. It's ball 4 all the way back to screen, but it doesn't matter. And there's that bounce I was telling you about. And a second run will cross the plate. That in the form of Daniel Green, the big UTC future tight end, scores the second run. Everybody moves up a base. Creasy does the job, and that brings up Easton Jones, who was hit by a pitch the first time up. Still 2 outs in the inning. Nice pitch by Kirk then, got back in the groove. Right over, you can see where the little black part of the outline of the plate is, and that is a strike. 0-1. That one is definitely, and that hurts, folks. Even, and he does not have the shin guards and stuff on, and walking it out, I mean, it's, you got to feel for the young man, because any of y'all that have been hit like that playing baseball, softball, anything like that, you know how it feels, and it doesn't go away very easy. It hurts, it stings, doesn't want to leave you very quickly. And, of course, Easton's game, he has speed, he has power and speed, but out in the outfield, he needs those legs to function well, because that's the reason he's in center. He's so quick and covers so much territory. Kirk with the 0-2 pitch coming to the plate, and it's high. And I have a feeling Coach Eric Quinn will probably talk to him again in the dugout a little bit about the release point. And watch those release points for both pitchers today. Sometimes you can release it too early. Sometimes you can hold it too long. Two with 2 outs. Foul tip. We'll do it again. 3 runners on. They'll be moving with contact. Kirk throws another ball, then we'll have a merry-go-round out here. Those that don't know what that is, but we don't have it yet because it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base hit right in the hole. 1 run crossing the plate. 2 is streaking for the plate. To throw the plate, not cut off, and it is late. Gets away, and we'll have runners at second and third. Jackson Christian has come back and taken the lead on a base hit by Easton Jones. So we'll have runners at second and third with 2 outs. Easton really helped his buddy JT out. Here comes Carson Holt. According to my records, he is the 9th man to face. Austin Kelly will be on deck. Kirk to pitch out of the stretch, and it's outside. Tell you what, Carson Newberry's done a good job catching today. 4-3 the score. Jackson Christian's done this with only 1 official hit. Just missing. Center fielder shading about 6 steps towards right field for Holt. That one a little low, and I agree with the umpire. Thoughtful, I had to think about it for a minute. I'm glad he's umpiring and not me, but he's right. It's a 3-0 count. Here comes the coach out. Let's talk about foot positioning, push off. You know, the leg drive, there's all kinds of things that go into this. Shortstop and second baseman talking to each other a little bit. And at 3-0, there's nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, maybe good strategy in this case to come out. Now here comes Blue, as that's what some people call the umpire. And he will break this up and say, guys, we have talked enough, and we got to play baseball. And he gave him a little more time, so maybe, you know, there could be anything from a blister to maybe a little tenderness somewhere, but the umpire seems happy. Coach is happy. Kirk just wants to throw a strike. And he's got a power. Will they give the green light? And I know I ask that question a lot, but at 3-0, you got a very good hitter up there right now. Carson Holt, the senior. Kirk's got his sign. Comes to the plate. It's ball 4. And that time coming way up the line and having to scramble back was our runner at third. That was Zach Creasy. And we're back around to the man that led this inning off. No place to put him. Here's one fouled off. Now with a hit of any type, Austin could kind of bust some things open. Creasy's on third. Jones on second. Holt on first. Infield back. The pitch, shortstop Wallace should handle it. Boots it, though, and a run will score. He was down there. Looked like he was in good position, and Creasy scores. That will be an E6, though. Kelly is on, and that brings Daniel Green up. Green walked as the second hitter of this inning. If he gets one in his wheelhouse, he is capable of losing it. But I think Daniel in this case just wants to make contact like he did Wednesday and drove in those two important runs. I believe it was in the 6th inning when he drove those in. The 1-ball pitch fouled off. And the left fielder, I saw him backing up, but it was a foul. Like I said, Daniel, a very strong young man, going to do some wonderful things at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. And I expect to see him play a whole lot as a freshman next year. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Up in the air. Will it hang long enough? It looks like the right fielder's going to settle under it and make the catch for the 3rd out. But a very productive inning for Jackson Christian as they take the lead 5-3, and they do it with only one hit. So it's 5-3, Jackson Christian leading the Riverside Panthers. Let's take a timeout.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
And we are back as you see the new picture. A great camera shot. Thank you, Chris and Billy. This is Jack Collins, who will come on and relieve. And I told you that Eli Terry had pitched earlier in the week, and he did his job. Eli Terry went part of the inning. He actually he gave up no runs, no hits, no errors, no base on balls, and had a strikeout. He went a third of an inning, and Eli he only had to throw 4 pitches. 3 of them were strikes. Mullins, who started the game, was 51 pitches, 24 strikes. And we are awaiting the start. Jack also an outfielder. And they throw it down. And leading off in the top of the 3rd will be Cole Yarborough, the 3rd baseman. Cole is 0 for 1 in the contest so far. Great day to be at Jackson Christian. The middle school team beat Trenton's middle school team yesterday. The middle school Jackson Christian team is now 7-1. Chuck Ray coaches that bunch, and they're a good bunch. Pitch comes a little too inside, but a nice pitch. The 1-ball pitch getting ready to come. And here's Collins' pitch. This one about a 57-footer. Of course, most of you know the home plate is 60 feet, 6 inches from the pitching rubber. Jack behind 2 balls, no strikes right now in the count. Drilled. Creasy comes up with it. Crow hop step, shoots to the tall first baseman Green, and it is out. And that was exciting. That was one of those bang-bang ones right there. Well hit ball by Yarborough. Good fielding by Creasy. He attacked that one. Scored in your book at home 5-3, and that brings up Cody Brasher, the left fielder, wearing number 3. And Cody was on with a walk his first time up, so officially 0-0, and this one comes a little inside. Good piece of relief work a while ago for Eli Terry. This one outside for a ball. Well, that's according to this, the umpire called the first one a strike, so it's 1-1. Wow, missed his signal on that one. in kind of the hot foot or the hustle dance there to get out of the way of it. Low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brasher up at the plate. Collins to the plate. Swung on this one, should get through for a base hit. Good effort by Kelly and Creasy to try to hold it down, but a good piece of hitting by Cody Brasher. And he's on first with 1 out, and that brings up the pitcher, Peyton Kirk, who walked his first time up, but he scored in that big inning for them. And they get rid of all the protective equipment, which I wish they'd had some of that when I played. I probably wouldn't have had as many bumps and bruises. Kirk in the back of the box. He'll stride forward. Left-handed pitching Collins with pitching out of the stretch. Boy, 2 looks at first. Now and I don't blame the batter. I'd call a timeout. Now I see down in the bullpen area a couple of Panthers going down there. One of them, actually there's going to be 3 guys down there. One will protect since they're inside the fence. Collins high with that one. 1-1 to count, 1 out, runner at first. And you always have somebody to protect. And we'll check and see who is warming up for them. Maybe Cole Yarbrough. There's a pickoff attempt. And it looks like he's got pretty good stuff warming up. Of course, you have to throw off of a hill. The bullpens here don't have a hill. The 1-0 pitch blocked in the ground. Jack acknowledges to his catcher, that's on me. I'll do better the next pitch. Green holding the runner on at first. Kirk the hitter. Fine junior player. The catcher can't find it, and you'll have a runner at second. Collins has to run up there and get it. Now a runner in scoring position. 3-0. Same question for Riverside I asked a while ago for, do they give him the green light or is the automatic take on? And some people play with caution. Only if you see a big fat pitch that you want do you swing. So you've got 3 scenarios there. Collins brings the 3-0. And walks him just a little inside, so Peyton Kirk has walked twice today. And like I said, he scored the last time he walked. He'll be at first, Brasher at second. Connor Potts, who's 0 for 1 officially today, coming up for his second at bat. Jackson Christian took the lead in the bottom of the second. They lead 5-3. Riverside had a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of that inning. 2 good teams that every year try to play each other. There's a strike. Now, if Collins can get in his groove, he can throw a lot of strikes. He's just got to get in the groove, and he's been playing in the outfield. Pitch, and it goes behind. That'll advance the runner. And you saw they were going to bunt. That'll take the bunt off unless you want a safety or suicide squeeze. There is 1 out in the inning. Let's see what Jackson Christian's brain trust decides to do. Looks like they're going to give up a run for an out because only in Daniel Green right in the cutoff. Creasy about a step off of the grass. Short and second. Now they're going to bring them in. That's why the hold up in the game. Bennett comes up and they're going to play it just a step short of the grass by everybody. So they can come to the plate with the baseball if it's hit on the ground. The pitch, and he's suicide squeeze, overrun it, and it's going to be a base hit. And the run scores because he was running with the pitch. It was not a safety squeeze. Runner advances. Potts with a great bunt is going to be at first. I've scored it a hit. That's the 4th hit for the Panthers, and we've got a one-run ball game and only one out, and runners at first and third. Have a chance for a little action here on it with the running game. Stone Wallace, who has a double in his only official at bat, walked the other time. He has scored twice today. And Jackson Christian back at double play depth. The double play would get him out of the inning. Wallace looking for a base hit. He wants to be part of the running crew there. Straight away in the outfield. Fouled off and back. Didn't hear it hit, so one of our fine fans must have made a great catch. We cannot see behind our press box and vantage point. We're in the Worthy Road Studios mobile studio. Mind you that this broadcast is a copyright broadcast. Over to first, they had him. The ball gets away. A run will come in and tie it up. And sometimes all the legs and stuff like that, Potts down to second, it kind of gets tied up, and you wind up with ball getting away. A lot of close, almost like hand-to-hand combat down there. And this is one where Jack will have to shake it off and come. And the game is tied. Leadoff man Stone Wallace up there with a runner in scoring position and one out. He hit on the ground, hits the pitcher and gets through. See if they wave him on. No, they're holding him up. Green cuts it off, checks. Good piece of hitting, but also some good fielding and lining up for the cutoff. So a single for Wallace. That puts runners at first and third. Wallace will probably be running. I don't know if he'll run on the first one, but he'll definitely be running by the second pitch. Don't forget some of our advertisers, gold advertisers, are people like Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, the Blacksmith Restaurant, Dynamics Physical Therapy, Humboldt Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Elite Dental, Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air, and Deaton's Carpet One. And the hitter is Jace England. They're back to first base with it. England was on with an error back in the second. Got hit with a pitch in the first. England officially 0 for 1, left-handed hitter. Shading him slightly towards right field. Out of the stretch, the bunt, and they call time. Runner did the right thing by running on through it. And let's see how they will call or score this one. Obviously, the young man is injured. And they will check him out. While they check him, Chris, have we got time to get a 30-second timeout in? We might ought to. Well, if he gets up, we probably not. Let's go ahead and take that 30.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are back and glad to see this young man. He got a nice hand back up. Jace England, the designated hitter, held his hands up over his head, so maybe the way the ball hit him, it knocked the air out of him, and he seems to be much better. Of course, the coaches will talk to each other. Help came out not only from his dugout, but from the Jackson Christian dugout. and we will be ready to play baseball. He was going to bunt, and they take advantage of every fundamental, and bunting is part of the game. It's a no ball, 1 strike count with 1 out, runners at first and third, and either on the first or second pitch, and that we've had 1 pitch, you got to be thinking, well, and there goes Wallace. They got him picked off and make a low throw, and they're going to score a run here on that. So the pickoff attempt, you get him, but it failed as they score, they being Riverside, a run. Wallace down to second. Potts scores. You practice those things, but when it gets caught in the web of your glove and you throw it low and you have a little trouble getting out, Riverside has taken the lead back at 6-5 with a 3 spot here in the 3rd inning. And this one's going to get away, and let's see if Wallace, and it's not going to go. Zach Creasy hustled to get it. And I'm telling you, Wallace is going to run as soon as he gets the timing. He got a good look at what Jack Collins had as far as his move. And the second, you got to really watch those runners. You know, the great Cardinal Lou Brock said he could steal better off left-handers than he could right-handers. One and one, the official count after all of that. That one high. 3 pitchers so far for Jackson Christian. Mullins started. Terry came on. Now Jack Collins here in the 3rd. The 2-1 pitch hit on the ground. Brody Bennett, and that one will be scored as an error. Wallace scores, making it a 7-5 contest, still 1 out, bringing up Aiden Creasy, the senior right fielder, who's had a sacrifice and a single in this game. And I think Eli is very smart to go out there, and now the whole infield comes in. Now, England, if he is getting sufficient air and stuff, he will probably be considered to run, probably not on the first pitch, but a lot happening. Not having seen Riverside, don't know their overall team speed, but you can usually pick the base stealers out. Now the hitter is Aiden Creasy, the center fielder. He's a senior. There's a strike. One out in the inning with a runner at first. Collins checks the runner. Comes to the plate. Drilled. Bounces high. Kelly gets it for 1. And only 1 as Jackson Christian forgets to complete the double play. So fielder's choice puts Creasy at first base. Two outs in the inning now, and Camden Easton, who has a double and has been hit with a pitch up there. Pitch high. Coming out of his crouch very quickly was Smith. Beautiful Friday, Good Friday. Hope you all are enjoying this contest. Fouled off, and it'll even the count at 1-1. A lot of runs scored so far, 12 in the ball game, 7 of them by Riverside, 5 by the Jackson Christian Eagles. Still bullpen action down in the Riverside bullpen. They've got the runner running, and he's going to steal it standing up. You know, that's a tough call. Is it catcher's indifference or what it is? Now, that actually is Kirk back down there throwing some, I believe. Yeah, Peyton Kirk. They had Yarborough throwing earlier, and Kirk is the pitcher of record right now. Maybe trying to straighten something out on his delivery. Just missing with the slow breaking ball. 3-1 count. Collins has thrown 25 pitches in this inning. And he has a 3-1 count as he comes to the plate. Hit on the ground. Kelly will range over. Get it. Takes the crow hop step. Long throw to first and got him for the third out. But not before 4 runs were scored. And the Riverside Panthers come back to take a 7-5 lead. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
A game of changes, beautiful sky, 73 degrees here in Jackson, Tennessee at Murrell Hass Field. And Jackson Christian comes on with their turn to try to take the lead. Riverside has a 2-run lead right now. Please remember some of our silver sponsors, Jackson Christian Schools. Silver sponsors, Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Realty, Great American Sports, Southern Capital Advisors, and David White Body Shop. Please support our advertisers who help make Worthy Road Studios TV BallGame Blitz broadcast the high quality they are. And without these ads, there would be no crews, no broadcast, and you'd be paying the $11.99 plus tax of the National Federation. Good pitch, and they say, no, it's a ball. Add the hitter, who is Eli Smith, the catcher, tempted. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. This one outside. Eli has been busy catching today, too. That's sometimes the catching position, not just catching it on strikes and stuff, blocking things. This one popped up in the outfield. It's going to hang up long enough. The left fielder gets under it in left center for the first out. So popping out to left field, Eli Smith brings up Jack Collins, who is now pitching. Jack started the game in right field, moved to left field when Eli Terry was pitching. Jack fouled out his first time up. Left-handed hitter. Not on top of the plate, but close closer to the plate than some hitters. They back off. Left-handed hitter. Here's Kirk with the delivery. And that was definitely inside. This umpire so far, and I hope I don't jinx him, has done a great job calling balls and strikes. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0, the count. You can see that one bounce away. And just like our catcher, Eli Smith, Connor Newberry for Riverside has worked hard. You know, there used to be a song, she works hard for the money. Well, maybe we'll write a new one, the catcher works hard for their money. 3-0 count, probably a take on. It was a take, but it's a strike. Good pitch by Kirk. Collins did the right thing, taking the pitch. Kirk now at 65 pitches, and we're just in the third inning. And that one's a strike. It was close. It could have gone either way. Umpire's the only man that can tell you the truth about that, the plate umpire. Maybe the catcher and the pitcher. Swinging strike 3 for the second out of the inning. So Kirk works his way back after being down 3-0. And that brings up Brody Bennett, the second baseman, who walked and scored his first time up. JT Mullins on deck. You know, Jackson Christian doesn't want to go quietly in this inning. Pitch outside. That one in the dirt, 2-0 count. You can't see them, but I can. Some of the youngsters here having a big old time at the ballpark. Not necessarily watching the game, but they are playing around themselves. They got plenty of candy and hit our concession stand because they've got the best hot dogs and hamburgers of any of the high school fields around here. Go by and see my buddy Chuck Walker, or Chuck Ray. Chuck Walker is a broadcaster with a radio station. The swinging strike for Bennett. Chuck Ray does a great job. He also coaches the middle school, which is now 7-1 after a victory over the Trenton Middle School team. Here's one drilled to left field by Bennett. It gets down for a base hit and a good piece of hitting for Brody Bennett. On with 2 outs. The Eagles trail the Panthers by 2. JT Mullins, top of the order. Let's see if any running is in store for Bennett to steal second. Now Kirk has a pretty good jump turn move. That one is a strike. It's one of those borderline ones, and like I said, only the guy directly behind the plate can really tell you. Great center field shot by our cameras. Here's one hit to second base. Up and over to first for the third out. And Jackson Christian goes rather quietly that time. That was Potts fielding that one. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Score at the end of 3. Riverside 7, Jackson Christian 5. Let's take a timeout.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Great American Sports makes sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson, we specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
Back on a beautiful day, as Ernie Banks would say, and I said this earlier, it's a beautiful day to play too. Well, we've had a JV game before. These two teams giving it all on a Good Friday. And the catcher, Connor Newberry, the junior, will lead off here in the top of the 4th for Riverside, who leads in this contest over Jackson Christian 7-5. Collins still on the mound, Jack Collins for the Eagles. And, of course, Eli Smith catching. Newberry 0 for 2 today. Collins' first pitch is high and outside. 7 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for Riverside. 5 runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Jackson Christian. Here's Collins' pitch. Fouled away, back over the screen. Mullins in right field, Jones in center, Hastings in left. We'll give you the infield in just a moment. Nice pitch for a strike. It's 1-2 the count on Newberry. Green at first, Bennett at second, Kelly at short, Creasy at third, and of course catching is Smith. Jack Collins on the mound. Here's a bounder. In between hop, comes up high, thrown, but there's the advantage of having a big first baseman like Daniel Green, who's, I call him a gold glover. They don't give those away in high school, but he went up and got that one, came down with the tag. So Connor Newberry grounds out short to first for the first out, bringing up Cole Yarbrough. He is 0 for 2 today. Did warm up, but they left Kirk on the mound. Kirk had a good inning. He'll be followed by Cody Brasher. And a strike and a good pitch because this is a smaller target to throw to for Jack Collins. Small strike zone. Here's one on the ground. Kelly has to range over, takes the crow hop, and it gets by. That one was short and couldn't field it, and I think he was going to be safe anyway. Although they're going to score it as an E6. Okay. So a runner at first. Brasher up there wearing number 3. Singled his last time up. Pickoff move almost froze him, but with the ball coming in low like that, what happens a lot of time, you get feet tangled, glove tangled, and got away, but really drove him back. First base coach did a little bit of coaching there, talking to his runner about that situation. Back again. This time the runner back in, stand up. All he had to do is just pivot and step on first. Or crossover if you prefer to call it that way, and step on first. Short lead. Collins coming to the plate. Gets the hitter out on his front foot, but is going to go out of play on the foul ball. Brasher 1 for 1. I believe he had a walk earlier. Here's the no ball, 1 strike pitch after Collins goes to first. And like I said now, Lou Brock used to like to steal off left-handers. I had my trouble, and a lot of other people do too. Took just a little off of it, and a swinging strike 2. 1 out in the inning. Short and second at double play depth. So is third. Holding on is Daniel Green at first base. That one high. It's Cole Yarbrough, the runner over there at first base, got on after what I have scored an error. We'll double check it and see how it was officially scored. That's what they flashed on the scoreboard first. There's the, nearly had him that time. Daniel Green did a good job of picking that toss to first up. Because if it gets away, Yarbrough is running. And we're going to check the center field camera shot. Here's Collins. That one stayed high. The release point was high. And evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1 runner on. That's Yarbrough at first. Infield at double play depth. In the dirt, 3-2, and now the double play is off because catcher could not find the ball. And that's not his fault. Bench and players in the field have to help tell him location. Brasher up there with a 3-2 count and a runner at second. Remember, he had a single and scored the last inning. He'd like to repeat that performance. He asks for time, steps out of the box, loosens back up a little bit. Second baseman playing a few games, but not really close enough. I believe the runner could get another inch or two off, and I mean more than that. This one drilled to center. Easton Jones on his horse. Will he get there in time? Yes, he does. Spins. He'll get it back quickly in the infield, and third base coach did a good job of informing his runner. And that's all you want to pick up is your third base coach as you round there. Nice drive, but a great catch out there by Easton Jones. 2 outs in the inning, and that brings up Peyton Kirk, the pitcher. He can help himself here. He's walked the only 2 times he's been to the plate. He has scored both times. Driven off the plate for ball 1. Collins now at the 39 pitch mark unofficially. Kirk officially 0 for 0 at the plate today, even though he's been there twice and scored twice. Been on with those walks, as I mentioned. Swinging strike. 1-1 the count with that runner on second and 2 outs. Looks like we got time for a shoe tie down at second. And sometimes they do come loose. Put the brakes on and stuff, and you have to tie them a little tighter. And the protective gloves and stuff go back on. 1-1 the count. Peyton Kirk, the junior pitcher, at bat. It's 8th in the lineup. On the ground. Kelly's got it. Gets the big hop, throws to first, high again, but Green goes up and gets it like he's getting a rebound for the 3rd out. No runs in the inning. No hits. There was 1 error according to what I have so far. 1 man left on base. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, 7-5, Riverside leads Jackson Christian. Let's take that timeout. Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000. We are back here ready to go into the bottom of the 4th at Murrell Haas Field. Kind of an exciting ball game, a lot of runs, 12 to be exact have been scored so far. Jackson Christian here in the 4th. Well, Zach Creasy will lead off, and I know Zach, he wouldn't mind a home run. He just wants to get on and help his team. Very quickly, some of our sponsors: Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Realty, Great American Sports, Southern Capital Advisors, David White Body Shop, Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, the Blacksmith Restaurant, Dynamics Physical Therapy, who takes care of a lot of these athletes in the area, including Jackson Christian, Humboldt, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Elite Dental, Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air, and Deaton's Carpet won. Here's Zach Creasy stepping in to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Kirk's pitch, high. Good eye by Creasy. I think there was a little steam on that one, but Kirk released it a little high. This one drilled up the middle. It'll be a base hit. And Creasy got that one quite solidly. He'll be on at first, bringing up Easton Jones, who has been hit by a pitch and has singled and made a dandy catch out there in center field. Now, Creasy is a threat to run. See what kind of lead he gets. He probably needed one more step. That wasn't his running lead. Todd Lumley at first base, coaching. Chase McLean at third. Brian Bullard in the dugout. Now they drive Creasy back. And they were thinking at Riverside kind of like I was. Here's the throw. They're running. They'll never get Zach. And that one may be scored as catcher's indifference, but he stole it. I don't think it would be scored that way. Ball 4. Easton Jones has done his job of getting on base. Creasy's at second. Austin Kelly comes up. He was on by an error, and he has walked and scored a run. And I am wrong. I left out the designated hitter, Carson Holt. I'm sitting here trying to adjust my scorebook and count things up. Carson Holt, the left-handed designated hitter, and that one is low. Now, Carson, if you put it in his wheelhouse, that short right field fence looks awful close, and you can put one in the trees out there. Carson would take a base hit or just to get on base right now to help his team out. A good team player. Swinging strike. 73 degrees here in Jackson. Sunny conditions. Mostly cloudy, expected later tonight. Jump turn. You do not have to throw to second. Good piece of work to drive the runner back. Runner gets back, though, very easily. And there is loosening up action. I don't know that it's necessarily for relief pitching, but we've got a man loosening up down the line. Kirk, it's 2-1 now after that pitch. We'll check and see who is loosening up in just a moment. 2-1 pitch on the way to the plate in the dirt. Ball 3. And like I said, Carson does not care as long as he helps his team and gets on base. And that is Crawford warming up down there, who is a junior pitcher for this Riverside team. Swinging strike 2, so it's 3-2. Now there's no outs in the inning. I'm not going to say that they won't run, but they probably won't run in this situation because you don't want to get into a strike them out, throw them out. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. Waiting the 3-2. It's too high. It's ball 4, so the throw means nothing down to third. Safe anyway, and the sacks are jammed. I have a feeling that they may not be quite ready yet. No, they are walking up. I was about to have a feeling that there's either going to be a change or there will be a little talk to give him more time, but it looks like sacks are jammed. Kirk will face one more hitter for sure, and that pitch is high, and this is Austin Kelly, who has home run power, hit one here the other night. That one a strike, 1-1, a good pitch, worked him away. And like I said, Austin would love the home run, but he'd just soon have a base hit, get some runs in here. Inside, 2-1. That 2-1 pitch by Kirk. Outside. Now, can Austin Kelly set or sit, if you'd prefer to say it that way, on a pitch? Are you throwing fastball, or do you, as Kirk, throw a breaking ball? It is not going to matter because a run is going to be walked in. And let's see if there's any movement inside that dugout. (7-6) the score. Catcher giving a long, hard look in the dugout. He'll go out and probably talk, or he started out there. And they'll wait till green is announced, and then there'll be some movement. Here you go. They'll talk a little bit. And let's see if they stay with Kirk for one more batter, if they're ready to change. I know they had a junior pitcher wearing 6 to warm up. I believe it was Crawford. We'll check the lineups. 7-6 your score, no outs. Let's see whether they play at double play depth or how they want to play this one. Green is 0 for 1 officially. He has walked. He has scored in this game. Pitch high for a ball. Just missing again. Kirk's close, but it's not quite in the strike zone. I know the young man, he'd love to throw a strike here. And that one is outside, 3-0. Don't know Chase's signs, but he has given several to Daniel Green. That's ball 4, and that'll walk in another run. And now there's going to be some movement. Green gets an RBI out of that when you walk that way. Number 14 comes up to the plate. Eli Smith, the catcher, and we'll have a conference on the mound, and they're letting the third baseman, Yarbrough, throw a little bit. So it may be him instead of the pitcher that was warming up. They're letting him get loose in case he has to come in. Umpire headed out that way. Of course, you've got one coach talking to the catcher. And I think Kirk and Green will be the last batter he faces. And let's see what all is going to happen in this case. Looks like that Cole Yarbrough, number 11, is going to be moving to the mound. Tell you what we're going to do while they make the changes. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
We are back. As you see, Yarbrough wearing number 11 taking his warm-up pitches. Kirk out of the ball game. We'll pick up the changes here in a minute. But the runners are Green at first, Kelly at second, and Holt at third. Smith, Eli Smith at the plate. And we were checking to see Eason and Brasher seem to still be in there. Creasy, according to the game changer, and we'll pick up and see. Your infield should still be Jeb Graves at first base. It's whoever is over at third base is what we've got to establish. And that is Landon Vaughn, number 19. 19 is Landon Vaughn. We'll designate that in the scorebook here. Eli Smith with a big opportunity. Eli had a sacrifice bunt back in the second, fly it out to left field, his last time at bat. Outfield deep and straight away. Jump turn, but they don't throw, and you don't have to second base. Wallace still at shortstop. Yarborough's pitch. Right over the inside corner of that plate for a strike. Eli looked it over, looked down, got his sign from his coach. Says, I'm ready. Tie score 7-all. That one outside, 1-1. Oh, okay. Paul Schultze, the bearer of great tidings here, good tidings. Hit out into the outfield. The outfielder's converging on it. Right fielder wants to take it. There's the tag at third. The throw will come into the cutoff man, sliding into third, and a run has scored, that being Carson Holt. Jackson Christian has taken the lead. Smith does his job with a sacrifice fly. He's had a sacrifice bunt and a fly today. One out in the inning, runners at first and third. And Jack Collins, who would love to help himself, he has taken over. He's the third pitcher Jackson Christian has used today. Cole Yarborough on the mound now for the Riverside team. A little lull in the action here. The left-handed hitting Jack Collins, faster than a speeding bullet sometimes when he's running. He got all of it, but it's foul, and it will just go out of play. I thought Jack had him one then. A solid hit, and he's now in the hole 0-1. Middle school, big win. They'll play USJ just like we will next week. Matter of fact, I believe that Worthy Road Studios and Chris, and I don't know if Billy will be with us, but Paul will be with us. We'll have USJ right here Monday. 0-1 the count on Jack Collins. Yarborough checks the runner at first. He was bunting, and he bunted through it. He knew it, and he popped his bat a little bit. He's not mad. He's just, I missed it. Jack, a competitor. Now he's got to guard the plate with an 0-2 count. Yarborough would love to get this out right here for Riverside. Daniel Green with not a big lead down it. That's a base hit. Collins helped himself. One run will score. Green will hold up. And the Eagles have a 9-7 lead now. Good piece of hitting by Jack Collins, the senior. Also plays defensive back in football. We will miss Jack next year. Brody Bennett, the young freshman up there, had a single his last time up. Now, Daniel Green, if that was a touchdown pass, he was going over. This one, high out in left field. Left fielder getting over there, missed it. It's a foul ball, though. He also managed to check the fence out while he was down there, says the fence is okay. And we're glad that he is okay. Good effort to get over there by Cody Brasher. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Riverside wants the double play. This time out in front of it. Bennett drives it into the screen in the front of the Jackson Christian dugout. Of course, I see Brian Bullard and Coach Grinnell out in front a little bit. Coach Carter back there somewhere talking to people in the dugout about the game. Ball gets away. Green is going to slide in safely. Ball gets away, but the big man, you throw him the touchdown pass and he would have scored. If he had run home on that one, they'd thrown him out. Playing football, I got to call his games. I would have hated to hit Daniel Green when he had full steam ahead. He could have cow-tromped you. But we had some other people like Jalen Mosley, the all-stater, that could have too. Want to congratulate Aiden Shaw for committing to Florida College. Caleb Newsom signed this week with Bethel. Here's the pitch. Hit out there. Will it get into the gap? If it does, we're going to play track meet and be running for days. Green headed to the plate, streaking for the plate, and he's faster than Daniel. 2 runs have scored, and a big double by the freshman, Brody Bennett, garners 2 RBIs. And let's fill in all the runners here. There's a runner at second, and that was a masterful hit off of Yarbrough, who had been doing a very good job in relief. It's 11-5, 11 runs, 5 hits, but 4 errors for the Eagles, 7 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Riverside Panthers. And J.T. Mullins, who started the game up at the plate. And unless J.T. hits into a double play or something, I'm going to have to work on my scorebook some more, create an extra part of the 4th inning. Ground ball, foul, and it'll get by the first baseman, and he'll let somebody else pick up that baseball because he's got to play baseball here. One and one count with 1 out, a runner on second. J.T. Mullins at the plate. Yarbrough's pitch inside. Did a little Indian rubber man action to miss getting hit with the baseball. See a good picture of two of our inside the dugout coaches. Lumley at first, McLean at third. There's a swinging foul. 2-2 with 1 out, runner at second. And it's high, makes it 3-2. Mullins will want to look this over. JT started the ball game. Officially, he's 0 for 2 today. He has scored a run. Swinging, strike 3. So there's 2 outs. I believe that's Yarbrough's first strikeout. Now, the reason I haven't given you the book on Kirk yet is he was responsible for a couple of those runs that were on base when he left the contest. This is Zach Creasy. Zach hits a ground ball, second base to first. First baseman puts it away. And the inning is over, but not before Jackson Christian takes an 11-7 lead. Let's take that time out.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Well, we've had a really wild game. 18 runs scored, but it's been enjoyable. Both teams playing their heart out. Beautiful weather, great directing, great camera work. Umpiring is good today, and the players are trying their hardest. We're here on Good Friday of Easter weekend, and we will check it out. I believe we have a new pitcher for the Eagles. And again, they have the outlined white with light blue outlining, so we will have to take a look, or either I'll have to wait. Oh, I know what they've done. I know that form. The one and only Zach Creasy, who's just a junior, and we appreciate Chris has confirmed it. I'd say Billy probably helped him out. That's what I like about this crew. They help each other out, and Zach Creasy has come on in relief. So we got a couple of books to close here. Very quickly, let me try to do this, and let's see. Kirk faced 24 batters, and he was 96 pitches, 35 strikes, allowed 3 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them were earned. And somebody, that's what I love. People try to call me while I'm doing a ball game, and it's people, and my game changer is on my phone. Please do not call me, people. This one driven into the dugout. This is Connor Potts, and he had a rip at it. And my friends, I'm going to fuss about them a little bit. They say that's a strike there, so it's 0-2. And this is a friend that knew we were having a game that my game changer is on here. And we'll go back and we'll give you the final wrap, because now I've got to retotal everything when that happens. They say he didn't go around, but I tell you what, I like Eli's effort to go after him. That's what you need to do. Potts is 1 for 2. Or at least that's what I've got him. Yeah, he's 1 for 2. I don't care what game changer says. It's now a 2-2 count. Zach Creasy really focusing on his baseball career this year, and he's just a junior. He's got another year. He's a potential college player. I think he has a ranking in some scouting services. Great third baseman. It runs at 3-2, and that pitch was awful close, and Zach would love to have had that one back. It was a good pitch. So 3-2, Potts trying to get on, and they say it was just a little low. It must have been by the hair of your chinny chin low. But again, I will defer to the umpire because he is right there. I'm not. Brings up the top of the order. Guy that scored 3 times already today, 1 for 1 officially. He's walked a couple of times. Stone Wallace, the senior shortstop. I like this young man. He can play some baseball. Creasy's bender just a little high as it came across the plate. Bender is a breaking ball. It's 11-7. And some of my stats starting to come back to me on the game changer. Fouled off for a strike. 1-1 to count. Jackson Christian at double play depth all the way around. Bennett has moved to third base. Cole Vargason in at second. Cole also pitches some himself. They go to first. Runner back pretty good. I believe Cole played in the JV game today also, which you can do. So Bennett at third, Vargason at second. It's popped up. Let's see if they get it. And Zach's an athlete and a half. He ran over there and got that thing. So for the first time today, you have an out of Stone Wallace, who had scored 3 times. And that brings up, with 1 out, brings up Jace England. Still a runner at first. That's Potts. I may have to joke JT. You see the pitch is a ball a little bit. JT back, and this young man, England, is a good enough hitter. Jace England, the designated hitter. He's good enough to hit one out there where he is, but he's standing in the shade cooling off. And I'm sure that's where the manager or the head coach, Chase McLean, wants him, but I'm going to tease him about it anyway after the ball game. Wind blowing in a little bit. There's one, the release point a little high. Zach, again, would love to have it back. He's got a 3-0 count right now, so he wants to bring that number 1 down Main Street. Will they turn England loose? England, a sophomore, left-handed hitter, open stance. Good shot there from center field, and that's going to walk him and put runners at first and second. Potts trots down to second. 1 out, pretty fair hitter in his own right. Aiden Creasy, the center fielder, he's a senior. Creasy 1 for 2 on the day. And now JT comes out of the sun, out into the sun from the shade. Boy, that one just barely foul. That's one of those where you needed Brooks Robinson to stop somebody. Paul has all the goodies here. Our concession stand is one of the best in the entire state. And Chuck Ray was working over there today along with several other fine people. There's a swinging strike. And if Creasy had made contact, and you've got Creasy facing Creasy, you've got Zach Creasy facing Aiden Creasy, that one could have been tattooed for a long distance. Runners at first and second with 1 out. This one is driven. But JT's got a beat on it, comes up throwing, and I'm going to tell you what a great, strong throw to second base. Well hit ball, but he played it perfectly. JT Mullins with the catch, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Brings up Camden Eason. He wears number 5. Eason is 1 for 2 on the day. He'd love to get a hit here. And they say that one is just a little bit outside. Wow. This one hit up in the air. Easton Jones goes to get a beat on it. He does. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Score that F8, 3rd out. And no runs on no hits, no errors. 2 left. We'll be back with the bottom of the inning after this on Worthy Road, Jackson Christian Network.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Okay, Ms. Holt deserves a shout-out. She has taken good care of Paul Schultz and I. And our concession stand, like I told you, is the best. You got Ms. Holt, you got Chuck Ray. Chuck is a burgermeister. He can fix those things. But Ms. Holt, thank you very much. The only thing, maybe next year we'll get y'all all a TV in there. I think they need TVs in every concession stand. Okay, let's see what we got going for Jackson Christian here. This is 22, Easton Jones, the fine center fielder, who's had a couple of really good catches today. They throw this one behind Easton County. He steps up. Easton Jones officially is 1 for 1 today because he's been hit with a pitch. He's been walked, and he has a single. He has scored a run. On the mound is Cole Yarbrough, wears number 11, a right-handed pitcher. Started the game at third base. Held it a little long, and it went outside. Now you know it's got to be hot out there, as I have it officially at Murrell Hass Field is 73 degrees. Here's the pitch. Got under it more than he wanted to. It's fouled off and it'll go way out of play, and nobody makes the play on that one. Most people were covering their heads. I like it when those people, and we've got a beautiful berm type area and stuff here. Great place to watch a ball game. 2-2 count. Easton Jones, the fine center fielder, at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Cole Yarbrough pitching, but Graves over at first base for him. Now, I know at third base now, you've got Vaughn in for Riverside. Wallace at short. Here's Yarbrough's pitch. Breaking ball drilled to left field. It's going to be fair, and it's going to be extra bases. Watch Easton Jones run. If he wasn't playing baseball, he'd be on the track team, and it's a stand-up double for Easton Jones. That brings up the dangerous Carson Holt. Carson scored once today. He has walked. He has struck out. Actually, he has walked twice today. Carson Holt, who has a good eye. He's going to sign with a junior college after the season. Maybe a little bit before with a good eye. He can also pitch, but has a slight injury keeping him from pitching a little bit right now. Holt 0 for 1 officially. Yarbrough checks the runner. Carson Holt would love to have that one back. Got under, got his shoulder dipped a little more than he wanted to. Wanted to drive that baseball. It's a 1-1 count with a runner on second, no outs, in an 11-7 ball game with Jackson Christian leading. I believe that one may have gotten him. So he will be at first after a hit by pitch. First and second. Double play in order for Riverside. Jackson Christian wants to avoid hitting into the double play, and that brings up Austin Kelly, the junior shortstop, who has scored twice today. Kelly 0 for 1 officially because of being on with error. He hit the ball well, but it was an error. Now you can see, and our cameras are really zooming in so you can see numbers. And there's one he offers to bunt. The pitch is, I will call that a wild pitch, and the runners have advanced to second and third or in scoring position. See if Riverside is willing to give up a run for an out. Both teams have not scored in 2 of the innings, but they've scored in the rest of them. Here's the pitch. That one in the ground, and the catcher, Newberry, does a good job of blocking it and then pouncing on it. Both catchers have earned their letters today for the end of the season with all the action that they've had. Here's one fouled off. Jackson Christian has used 4 pitchers today. Riverside 2. appreciate both sets of coaching staffs for all the fine information they have given us. This one going down the line, drifting foul and out of play. Kelly has a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Cole Yarborough on the mound. Yarborough, a sophomore, so you fans at Riverside will get to see him for a couple more years. It's now 3-2 the count. Let's see if this will load the bases with a walk, if they'll get the hitter out. Austin Kelly at the plate. Driven again to right field. Back. The right fielder's going to camp under it, but there's going to be a tag at third. The run will score. It's a sacrifice fly for Austin Kelly, and another run in as Easton Jones crosses the plate. Sac fly to the right fielder. Give Eason the put out there. And again, that brings the big man up to the plate, Daniel Green. Now Green 0 for 1. He's been on base with a couple of walks. Got on by an error by the shortstop earlier. Green drills one. It's not going to carry. And it'll be a sac fly because the runner will tag up and come home, that being Carson Holt. And Green does the job. Sac fly does not count as a time at bat. Score it in your book, F8, as Creasy, the center fielder, gets that one. It's a 13-7 lead. And with 2 outs and nobody on, Eli Smith, who had a sacrifice fly the last time he was up there. Yarborough's pitch fouled off. And you heard it ding as it fouled off one of the standards of the screen.
Well, they're advertising now that they're doing softball and baseball at Chester County.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Oh, no, it's in play. Stays in play. My bad there, as the younger people say. Fly to the right fielder. And he does a good job of putting that one away. So for the third out, but Jackson Christian added 2 more big runs in the bottom of the 5th and now lead 13-7. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Facebook.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
New Nissans are rolling in. Over 70 new Nissans to choose from. That means special incentives. 0% financing up to 60 months. And invoice pricing, so you pay what we pay. Plus over 70 pre-owned units. Something for everyone. Certified pre-owned too. Luxury vehicles. BMW, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, and much more at Carlock Prestige. Check out all we have to offer at CarlockNissanofJackson.com. You should already be here.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
And we are back for the top of the 6th for Riverside. Should be Connor Newberry, the fine catcher, followed by the pitcher, Cole Yarborough, and Cody Brasher, the left fielder. Zach Creasy on, and I would say he will probably try to finish this game. And, of course, that puts on 16 Newberry, his first time on base today. And that's taking one for the team. Cole Yarborough up there. Now the umpire is making it. They'll have a pinch runner for Newberry. That will be number 12. We'll find out who that is off of the roster. That is Cade Roach. Cade Roach in running for Newberry on the re-entry rule. He's a freshman. Ball one. The count, runner on first. 6-run lead here in the sixth for Jackson Christian. Jump turn, and the runner back in. Didn't have a big lead, and that was a pretty good jump turn, but it also was a message, I know you're there. Good center field shot by our Worthy Road Studios cameras. And that one a foul ball, and I don't think the hitter meant for it to hit his bat, but 1-1 the count. About the time I was going to tell you the flag had died down, and now it's blowing quite briskly in and towards right field, but it is blowing in. Creasy staring in for his sign to bring the 1-1 pitch. And the breaking ball is a strike. 1-2 the count. It's been a good ball game, an interesting ball game. Lots of hits, some great defensive plays. We've had some errors. Breaking ball again, and that is strike three, and that was a vicious breaking ball for the first out. Roach running at first base. Brings up the left fielder, number 3, Cody Brasher. Brasher 1 for 2. And a strike thrown there. Infield right now, Daniel Green, Vargason, Kelly, and Bennett. Good job of holding up by the hitter, Brasher. He wanted to go at first. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Everybody playing straight away infield at double play depth. That one's one of those in the dirt a little bit. Zach knew it, and he says, I don't want to throw it there again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wind dying down a little bit, still active, but not like it was. Swinging, strike 2. Brasher going for the downs, and Zach with the good mustard on that one. That was the individual duel right there. The 2-2 pitch. Got him, and that one froze him. That's the backwards K is what you put down. The second out, if they take it and not swing at it. And that brings up the original starting pitcher, Peyton Kirk, the junior. Roach at first. Two outs. He'll be going on anything that hits the bat. Right there, right on that black line part of the plate. Good shot of the hitter, catcher, and our dugout. Now there's that great center field shot again. Slightly open stance. Ducking. That was pretty good pitch, not to hit, but to get out of the way of. So Kirk very active. 1-1 to count. 2 outs in the inning. Infield wants to make sure, and there's the jump turn throw to first. Diving back in is the courtesy runner. Wearing number 12, that is Roach. There's the breaking ball. And I can tell you what, all you got to do is watch the umpire stick that right hand out there. Well, when Zach has got that breaking ball going, it is a mean breaking ball. And he can break it off even bigger than that if he has to. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Kirk in the hole, wanting to protect the plate. Got him. And as far as outs, Creasy struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Score at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play. Jackson Christian 13 and the Panthers of Riverside 7. Let's take a time out on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabilly, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
We are back. We'll remind you a copyright broadcast here today. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is illegal, and you shouldn't do it. We're trying to be nice about that one. And got Paul Schultz, our executive director, here with us. Christopher Reasons, what a great job he always does. And Billy Boland, we are fortunate to have one of the best cameramen that this company has with us. Also want to thank our stationary cameras, and we'll thank Ms. Holt over at the concession stand. And coming up to hit is number 11, Jack Collins, who had a big single his last time up and scored. Cole Yarborough still on the mound for the Panthers. There's a pitch inside. 13-7 your score with the Eagles leading the Panthers. Here's one drill. Let's see if the second baseman can get to it. He does, and nips the runner by a step. Good job on that one. And, of course, that's Potts at second base. Where's number 18? Jeb Graves at first base. Stepping in should be the freshman who started at second, now at third base, Brody Bennett. Brody, I believe, has 2 hits on the day. First pitch, a ball. Brody is 2 for 2. He also has a couple of walks. He has scored once. That one inside, that's one of those that gives you a little shave right there. 2 ball, no strike count. Yarborough on the mound for the Panthers. This one popped up. Will it stay fair? Yarborough's going to give chase. And it just gets over the screen. You hear it hit the metal bleachers right in the middle of some of the Panther fans that are there. They got some of those nice seats. Got the good footprint on the back of it. It says Panthers, Riverside Panthers. And like I said, I want to thank both coaching staffs for their outstanding cooperation today. That pitch, a ball, 3-1 the count. Brody Bennett, who at the plate has acquitted himself well today. Drill but fouled, and if that had gotten down the line, he would have had at least a double. Eric Quinn, the head coach, David Taylor and Alex Whitwell for the Panthers. Chase McLean and Todd Lumley, Brian Bullard, Carter Holt, Colin, and that one fouled off. Cantrell, Colin Cantrell. Of course, our strength and conditioning coach here is Alan Irvin, and Britt Netterville is the athletic trainer. Dynamics, one of our sponsors, brings those trainers. And there's a walk, and Brody Bennett has had a great day at the plate. He's walked 3 times. He's 2 for 2. He scored. And that brings up J.T. Mullins. JT, I won't tease you too much about being in the shade because the shade has extended and the Panthers' right fielder is in there now. And the only reason I was going to tease him is to cool off, but he was back playing where they positioned him. JT, a left-handed hitter today. We're running, but the bunt is foul. And Brody had a good jump off of there, too. And JT wanted to make that third baseman feel that one. Sometimes you can just keep running if nobody covers. That's a good play. Mullins 0 for 3, which is unusual today. Mullins steps out. Yarbrough on the mound, peers into his dugout to get his sign. Jump turn, throw to first. Brody didn't have a big lead then, and he just kind of halved over. Actually, you could just fall over. Watch him get a little bigger lead this time. You get the timing when the pitcher throws over there sometimes. Pitch to the plate high, but he's not running. One and one pitch just about to come. Well, there's one out with that runner on first. Drilled, but it's going to hang up. Will it get down, though? It didn't hang up long enough, and it gets by, and the center fielder was over there. The trouble is Brody Bennett had to hold up because you didn't know if it was going to be caught or not. And JT gets on with a hit. So he's 1 for 4 on the day. That brings up the pitcher, Zach Creasy. Zach is 1 for 3. He has scored 2 runs today, though. Contributed to the offense. He walked early in the contest. Here's the pitch from Yarbrough. Drilled. Will it go right to? Oh, it gets by. We'll see how they score that one. It's going to go all the way to the wall. It's like a relay team on the handoff. And so far it has been scored an error. And it gets away, but Riverside has coverage. 2 runs cross the plate. And we get Bennett scoring first. And I really thought JT was going to catch Bennett more than he wanted to. Temporarily, we're going to call it an E7. Creasy at third. We'll reevaluate here in a minute. I am not the official score. Popped up center fielder, ranges over. Good job by their Creasy. Our Creasy will tag and score. And we've had a ton of sacrifice flies. That was Easton Jones doing what he's supposed to. He gets the run home. There's 2 outs in the inning, and Carson Holt comes up with the bases empty. 16-7. Here's the pitch from Yarbrough. It's high. If the Eagles are do put one more run on the board, it would be the 10-run rule. Yesterday, Riverside ruled the Southside Hawks. Two balls, no strikes. 3-0. Back to that interesting question I ask a whole lot. Does the head coach turn a home run hitting potential hitter loose, or you take this one? That one low and inside, and he wouldn't have wanted to take it even or swing at it no matter what the conditions where it pitched. Good pitch by Yarbrough. Swinging strike, he was going for the downs, and that makes it 3-2 with 2 outs. No runners on. Second baseman back on the grass. Outfield deep. straightaway in left, but playing to pull in center. That one is low, and Holt is on first. Holt walks, and he's done that a couple of times today. He was 1 for 1 coming to that plate appearance. And let's see what's going to. We're going to have a pinch runner. We'll try to pick that pinch runner up. Austin Kelly will be the hitter. And that is number 4, and I will check my list of players. And that is Cole Vargason. Cole's got some speed, got some base stealing ability, and now Riverside is going to talk about it, or at least get the change from the umpire about the runner. Jackson Christian fans are pulling for Vargason to score, as that would end the ball game if he did. Panther fans are pulling for the out so that they can get one more chance to hit and try to come back and win this game. And don't think they're not capable of coming back. They were able to score 9 runs twice against a good Southside team yesterday. 2 different innings with 9 runs. They scored a total of 20. Our last contest was the 10-6 win. We'll be back here for a game with USJ Monday night. Check our schedule and the school's Facebook page. Just missing was Yarber on the outside, so it's a 1-ball, no strike pitch. Now comes out, and there is Vargason was playing second base, but he is also one of the designated runners, and I'm sure that's what the Riverside crew is checking with, and they'll check with Chase McLean, because Cole may not be eligible to run unless he is playing in the, and he's on the field. You already got a designated hitter. And we'll see how this one unfolds. Nothing like a little interesting discussion. And a while ago, one of the discussions was Shakespearean, and now we're discussing world affairs. And that's the world of first base. Who is this, the right runner? Can this runner run? Can he not run? Now here comes the explanation back to the Riverside. And you got to love it. Again, remind you about our sponsors. Remind you this is a copyright broadcast. Christopher Reason's done a great job of producing and directing. Our executive producers here, Billy Boland, par excellent guy on the cameras. And again, I want to thank both schools and the coaching staffs, especially the 2 head coaches, for all the work. These guys are so easy to work with, getting you information. I've had an interesting week. I had one coach in a different sport not get me the information till right before game time. He was very kind once he did. And coaches out there, always check your emails and stuff, because I'm not the only one. My colleague Steve Beverly will check with you and try to get rosters. So will Diamond Dave McCulley. Who knows, Paul may even try to get a roster from you. Worthy Road Studios with the best cameras, multiple shots. You'll not get this out of the National Federation. Somebody said, well, we did the state tournament. That's the only time. And the umpire stops action. Says it hit him, and there'll be runners at first and second. Cole Vargason 180 feet away from scoring. Austin Kelly does his job, even though he got hit with the pitch. Now, the first thing that's being told to the entire team is, number one, if it's hit to you in the infield, at least knock it down. You'd rather catch it, get the third out, throw it to first, get the third out. But if you can't catch it, don't let it get through. Outfield's being reminded, if you catch the baseball, come up throwing towards home plate. That's the only place to cut the run off. Daniel Green coming to the plate. Green is 0 for 1 officially, but he's been on base a couple of times with walks. He's had a big sacrifice fly. Fouls one off, gets in the hole 0-1. And they brought the outfield in close enough that they could make a play at the plate. Green, a big, strong fellow, if he gets one in his wheelhouse, can lose it for you. He may have lost one. It's back. It's gone. It's a 3-run shot, and this game is history. That's his second home run of the week. 3 RBIs for the big man, and that is all she wrote. And the final score on this one will be 19-7. And Green with the walk-off home run. We're going to take a timeout after this 19-7 victory. Jackson Christian runs its record to 8-4. Let's take a timeout, and we'll be back with the final stats.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Great American Sports makes sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson, we specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
And the happy final is 19-7. This was a great game. Of course, the dust is flying now. Right. They're working on the field. You can see this is interesting. The kids, you play on it, but even the starters and people like that pitch in, work on the field. The coaches are out there working on the field. And it's a labor of love for a very nice field. But let's talk about first the team from Riverside. What a great job they did today. They played hard. They coming off a big win of yesterday. Stone Wallace was 2 for 3 today, had an RBI. He scored 3 runs, did a great job. He's the only person that had multiple hits. The Aiden Creasy was 1 for 3 for them. Also, Camden Eason 1 for 3. And Yarbrough was 1 for 4 today. And let's see who else. I believe that we should have had, we got Creasy's in there and trying to make sure we don't leave. The line score, 25 at bats, 7 runs, 6 hits, 3 RBIs, 6 walks, and Riverside struck out 3 times. Wallace had a double today, total bases. Wallace, I believe, had 3, which would have led them. Wallace also had 2 stolen bases today. Kirk pitched 3 innings, gave up 10 runs, 9 of them earned, struck out 3, walked 10. Yarbrough pitched 2.2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 9 runs, 9 earned runs, 2 base on balls, and 1 strikeout. For the winning Jackson Christian School Eagles, Mullins had 1 hit today. Creasy had 2 big hits and finished the game in relief. Jones was 2 for 2. Easton Jones had 3 RBIs. Holt was 0 for 1, but he scored 3 runs because he walked 3 times. Austin Kelly was 0 for 1, but he scored 3 times. Walked twice, was on with an error. Smith, the catcher, did not get a hit, but he did get an RBI on a sac fly. Jack Collins, right field, left field, and pitched 1 for 4. And Brody Bennett was 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Let's give you the recap on this game, and we're going to wrap it up as Jackson Christian goes to 8-4. I believe that the Riverside Panthers will go to 4-8. But Daniel Green drove in 5 runs on 1 hit. Now, not at one time because he had a sac fly in there, to lead Jackson Christian past Riverside 19-7. Green hit a home run to left field in the 6th, scoring 3. He had a great day with that sac fly and also walked in the 4th, scoring 1 himself. Riverside, the first to get on board in the 1st, when Creasy hit a sacrifice fly, scoring 1 run. That was Wallace that scored on that. Riverside added to their early lead in the top of the 2nd inning after Wallace doubled. Jackson Christian committed an error, and they scored 1 run. Jackson Christian's varsity Eagles flipped the game on its head in the bottom of the 2nd, scoring 5 to take a 5-3 lead. The biggest blow in the inning was a single by Easton Jones after 6 pitch at bat that drove in 2. Riverside jumped back into the lead in the 3rd when an error scored 1 run. Wallace singled, scoring 1 run, and an error scored 2 runs. Jackson Christian again flipped the game on its head in the 4th by scoring 6 runs to take an 11-7 lead. The biggest blow in that inning was a double by Brody Bennett, the freshman, that drove in 2. 6 more Jackson Christian Eagle runs crossed the plate in the 6th to extend to a 19-7 lead, and with the run rule, that ended the ball game. Zach Creasy single, scored 2 runs. Jones hit a sacrifice fly, scoring 1 run, and Green homered to left, scoring 3 runs. And, of course, we had 4 pitchers that were used today, and a great job. And Jackson Christian Eagles will welcome the USJ varsity Monday for the next game. We'll be here for that. We also have softball next week. And matter of fact, I think we've got 2 baseball and 1 softball game. But the one that we're going to focus on, we'll focus on the others later in the week, is that varsity game with USJ. That is a district game, very important in the standings, as USJ has 2 wins already this year over Trinity Christian Academy, just like we have 2 wins over Tipton Rosemark. What a great crew I had to work with today. It's one of the finest around. You see that Christopher Reasons directed, but he produced too. Our executive producers, Paul Schultz. That great cameraman is Billy Bowling. I'm Coach Joe Holloway. We'll remind you this is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is illegal. Now, for all the crew, and thank you to the 2 sets of coaches and to especially the Jackson Christian crew for some extra things that they did, the concession stand and all. It's time to say thanks for your time. This time till next time. Good day, all.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillies, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.